Welcome to the Wake.Show. As everybody knows, the show needs an intro. This is that intro. I am Fisher. Your host, Chris McCarty, is our feature. Today we welcome in Molly. She's a delightful creature. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to go that way. It's just what are you going to rhyme with feature? Welcome to the Wake.Show, everybody.
Teacher.
Great job. She knows a lot about marketing and social media. Today she's going to be our teacher. All right, we welcome in Single Source Insurance, our sponsor for the first 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Make sure you go to singlesourceins.com for your quotes today. See how they can help you out. All right, see that we are up and running on all of our. Hey, cousin. Hey, Blake. Hey, Lauren. Wifey. Adam. Wifey. Before you go anywhere, because I know you got to get back to work. Hand me your box there.
My
Molly.
box.
Where'd your box go? Where'd your box go?
So before we go any further,
she has something for you. Chris? How are you doing, man? Holy smokes!
Yeah, let me just tell everybody.
Yeah.
I like to change things up, and so yesterday I was wearing glasses, and sometimes I just don't. I just go back and forth. At 5:45 this morning, I woke up. Something was in my eye, and it's still there. So I'm drowning and saline, and it's excruciatingly painful. So if you see me grimacing and whatnot, like that's what's going on. I'm gonna go to the Wilkin Clinic after this.
Come on.
Yeah, so
This is her first time here, and she trying me on my show. I love it.
No, no, she was saying, "Oh, come on," because she couldn't turn off the sound.
Yes, couldn't get the sound off in
All right, so,
time.
honey,
I use it as an excuse just to rub her back. You see that?
You feel the metal? I've had 4 spinal surgeries.
Really?
Yep. There's from
what's
here
going
to
on
here,
here?
and then from here to here.
Well, I'm checking out some metal.
I have
wait,
metal.
wait a second.
A metal all.
We're not even 2 minutes into the show, and the sexual harassment's already begun. What the hell?
Harassment day, my friend. Today is harassment day, where you're allowed, you're entitled to just say one thing and see, and you know,
right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
National Sexual Harassment Day. It's a throwback to the old days, the Mad Men days.
It was told that they should do it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, where it's just one day. It's nice. It's not creeper. You know, you can bring flowers and just say hi. I just was wondering if I could smell your chair when you get up. That's just
I think I forgot deodorant today, so you might.
She was
all
ready
right,
for harassment.
so honey, one of the things that Molly does is she jewels or bejewels. So what?
I jewel stuff.
You jewel stuff.
So see, like that's the phone holder.
Right, okay.
These are the best sellers.
So she said, "Do you think your wife would want one of these things?" So she's got a bunch of these those phone holders with all kinds of different bedazzles or jewels on
All
them.
Swarovski.
Because they're what?
And that's a vintage.
They're for Swarovski. What do you call them?
Swarovski.
I like it. Swarovski.
So
The hint of sparkle.
There you go.
And then I have my wine knot shirt for Wine Wednesday.
Let me see.
Wine
knot.
I made this.
You made that as well.
That.
So
In my shoes.
I'm gonna make some jokes, but I don't want you to take them personally. Just know it's about Because to me it looks like you are bedazzling for a living.
Kind of.
Is okay. So that's what
kind of or yes.
Yes. Well, I'm really going in. I'm sick of doing stuff I don't like. Jobs I don't like. Working places I don't like. I'm gonna be my own boss.
All right. So this is your company then? What's it called?
Yes, A Hint of Sparkle USA. Website is coming. Logo is coming. I'm so excited.
All right. So, honey, I'm going to grab one of those little phone dealers. And if you don't like it, I'm going to use it for myself because I like that.
Some
I like
aren't
that
done
little
yet.
thing.
Some are.
I like that little thing.
I like that one.
You put on the back. That's the microphone. There you go.
It's all good. I got it.
All right. Well, anyway, welcome in, Molly. We're going to talk to Molly today about social media. Also, last night or yesterday afternoon. Hey, will you guys keep your conversations to your down?
Sorry.
Sons of hookers. Yesterday she did a Facebook Live poolside, and it spawned an idea because of all the DMs that she gets when she will do stuff like that, and and something that's a little on the low cut side. And she's right. You're surprised at how many married men will DM you, right?
Yes.
Are you still rubbing her?
No. Busted.
No.
You're on camera. We can see it.
No, it's weird that the ways they'll go about it, they'll find my Snapchat name so that there's no proof, and then because if you screenshot it shows.
But you can still screenshot it. Just tells them.
Yeah,
screenshot,
I mean,
right?
but then people were freaking out. Like, they're like, you're going to talk about me tomorrow, aren't you? You're going to talk about me. I'm like,
what do you mean people were freaking out?
well, because all
right, first of all, so how did this go down, Mom? Well, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, so let's do this. We're going to come back, because one of the things we're going to talk about is she went yesterday, and you have over 14,000 followers on Instagram, right? You can track her down, Molly_Jacobson on Instagram, and I'll pull up her Instagram here in a second.
Oh, God.
Well,
no, it's good. It's good.
Right. Well,
I don't post anything my dad wouldn't approve of. So.
Well, that's the thing. It is very interesting times that we live in, and how people can make a living and earn a certain amount of notoriety and fame and for
just about anything.
Yeah, just about anything. And you're not showing. It's I expected to go to your page. What is going on?
I don't know. Something's hot.
You're hot again.
One of the mics are hot.
Like literally hot?
No. So I was expecting to go to your page, Molly, and see a lot of ass shots and semi-nudity and all this kind of stuff. And in the terms of all the stuff that's out there, it is very tame. You're showing just enough, to be sassy, to be sexy. And like I said, I'll bring up your page here in a second. But you've got 14,000 mother effers following you, and all you do, you just take. Again, I'm going to sound disrespectful, but please don't take it disrespectfully. Mm-hmm. Just because I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I'm trying to learn the internet, because it seems like you just take almost the same damn picture every time.
I'm trying to, broaden my horizons.
But no. But I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying it works. You have over 14,000 people following you.
I have no idea why. I really don't.
Okay, so we'll delve into that a little bit more coming up on the show today. But before we get into that, let's get to some On This Day. And also, for those of you who've been in the Bay Area, oh, wait, hold on. There's another Instagram I have to show you before we move on. It's the Wake.Pups. And this is the post Roxy made this morning on the Wake.Pups page on Instagram. That's little Roxy there. So let me zoom in so you can... Well, I'll read it for you.
Who is that other dog?
Well, Roxy's getting ready to tell you. This is my friend Kalua. She lives close to me, and Mom takes us over to visit her sometimes. She also has a crush on Joey. But the craziest thing is that Kalua lives with a cat, and they're friends. So weird. Roxy girls. Awesome. All right, so that's...
Are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a dog person.
Right, do you have a dog?
I have a rescue, yeah.
What kind of dog?
His name is Dexter, and he's... I think
get a little closer to that mic there.
I have a rescue dog. His name is Dexter.
Yeah. Why don't you give it to Chris so you can show everybody what Dexter looks like?
Oops.
Password.
Oh, it'll be my face.
All right. Oh, it's your face?
Yeah.
One of those. All right, we're gonna get you On This Day here in a second. Put the day's headlines in perspective.
Now I gotta find the pic. Okay.
Then
here you go.
We'll talk about the Iran deal. Backing up the Iran deal. Oh, look at little Dexter.
I rescued him from the SPCA, and the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Aw, what kind of dog is he? Looks like he's got a little Yorkie in him.
I think he's a Yorkie or a wired hair terrier.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely got some terrier in him.
When his ears stick up, he's like... He has those evil eyes. He really does.
All right. Well, let's get to On This Day. We'll come back and talk a little social media and delve and also start looking at your racy pictures. And we're gonna.
There was one my mom did make me delete. I had to do it for her. She's like, please take it down. I'm like, I like it. It's classy.
Well,
I'll show you guys.
All right. On this day in 1950, L. Ron Hubbard publishes Dianetics is the top headline on History.com today. On this day in 1950, Lafayette Ronald Hubbard publishes Dianetics, the modern science of mental health. With this book, Hubbard introduced a branch of self-helping psychology called Dianetics, which quickly caught fire and over time morphed into a belief system boasting millions of subscribers called Scientology. And they have their mecca right here.
My son went to Scientology school for a couple months.
Yeah?
This is before I realized it was a Scientology school.
Oh, really?
And then they kicked him out.
Why'd they kick him out? You have the wrong personality, or how's that work?
I don't know. I think it was right after the split of his mom and I, so I'm pretty sure that had something to do with it.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
All right, one of the things I forgot to do was, because now that Sam's not here, I got to make sure that I push out stuff. So thank you so much for all the likes and shares. Those are very, very much appreciated. Also, all the interaction, all the comments that you guys leave. I know we're going to talk nutrition coming up in about 16 minutes. We're going to have Eric Stratman back on. But if you guys want to leave any comments about, because I didn't put any headlines in the body today, and I do have us declaring that we're going to back out of the Iran deal. because I know that's big international news. I know we don't delve too much into politics here, but I will.
Not a bad thing.
No, and because there's two sides there's multiple sides to every issue, and but this here's what I'm fearing. I'm going to lay this out. This is what I'm fearing. I'm fearing not just this move here, other moves as we become more, I don't know, isolate. Have this what seems to be an isolationism approach.
Yeah.
Are you all right, bud?
No, dude, I'm really in pain. I'm trying not to. I know I'm different. I'm trying, man. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Let me just say this. I'm a little concerned. I hope that I'm wrong, but here's a fear that is seeping in that this administration is going to be a lot more hawkish, which means more apt to go to war,
right?
Than I would like to see our country.
I agree.
So that's just my fear. We'll see how this all plays out.
But you know what? Here's the truth. Every single, we've gone through war. We've gotten okay. We've been okay. We always make it through. We will make it through. I just believe that good will always triumph in the end. I know it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. We're going to see some hard times and tough times, and we may lose our brothers and sisters, and that's a reality. But if this is what is needed for us to all to finally get together, then this is what it's going to be.
Well,
I said if. I think if this is what is needed for us to finally, well, then so be it. I don't want it to go. It would be great if we would listen to the artists and just love, and but for whatever reason, we're still
not there.
Yeah, we're still in the 1800s. It seems like.
All right, so let's.
But on this day, there was the Watergate scandal started. They started the Watergate.
Oh, jeez!
I could hear that.
Right.
So that's coming from your
me.
Oh yeah.
What is it from, man? But
were your buds hanging on your chest like that, or were they just in your ear?
They were in my ear.
And that's what happened.
Well, then I tore them off because.
When that happened, so those must be open-ended.
Let me just turn the volume. Well, it's one of the microphones is going to be too loud. That's all it is.
But.
I didn't touch the mic.
Well, that squeal comes from those headphones, I would imagine.
You think so? Okay. Well.
I would imagine. I don't know, man.
I could hear it all the way over here.
Yeah, sorry. Man, you're having a rough day, Chris.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll be all right.
All right.
You have rough days, so you can appreciate the good days.
That's right. You remember when I asked you about being appreciative of those moments that it seems like the universe turned its back on you?
Yes.
When things aren't exactly going, in those moments, can you sit there and go, "Oh, thank you, God, for this moment"?
Right.
So you're going through one of those moments right now.
And on the way, yes, I thank you, God, for taking care of my eye, and I love my sight. I love my vision. You never know what happens. Like I said, I went and saw Avengers last night. So Thor has one eye. So I'm like, oh God, my left eye too. So I'm like, well, let me just not. Let me pray that everything's cool. So I did say thank you for that. And and again, the test is like, even when you said you're having a rough day, I'm like, for me to say, but rough days are so you can acknowledge the good days. So I may be hurting, but it's just it'll pass. Nothing lasts. Nothing lasts. You know what I mean?
This too shall pass.
It'll hurt while you're going through it, but woo.
All right, we'll try to get through on this day then real quickly. There's a couple things to the L. Ron Hubbard thing. There's a couple that I saw. FDA approves the pill on this day.
Go figure.
On this day in 1960. Last Honeymooners episode aired on this day in 1971. An unlikely challenger ends the Beatles' reign atop the U.S. pop charts. We'll now have to click on that.
Yeah, I got to see who they're talking about.
Give me the answer. These bastards. These SOBs.
I love them, my guys.
Who dethroned them? Let's see. Following the ascension of I Want to Hold Your Hand to number one in early February, the Beatles held the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100 for 3.5 solid months. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Longer than any popular artist before or since. Over the course of those months, the Fab Four earned 3 consecutive number one singles, a record, held all 5 spots in the top 5 in early April.
That's amazing.
That's insane.
That's amazing. I would love to do that.
And had a total of 14 songs in the Billboard Hot 100 in mid-April, yet another record. But just when it seemed that no homegrown act would ever stand up to the British invaders, on one of the least likely American stars imaginable proved himself equal to the task on May 9th, 1964, the great Louis Armstrong, at 63 years old, broke the Beatles' stronghold on the U.S. pop charts with the hit "Hello, Dolly, Don't You Know,
Man,
Dolly."
That's awesome. He changed music, man. He and James Brown.
Did my singing just hurt your ears?
No, I thought you sounded was great.
Thanks, man. Thank you. And let's see. I think that was about it.
Do you like the Beatles?
Of course.
Good. What's your favorite Beatles song? Top, like, just name 3 that you like. I know you can't say top, you know.
I was doing. There's the album. I like Sgt. Pepper's.
Great song. Great. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
And lastly, on this day in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson issues a presidential proclamation that officially establishes the first National Mother's Day holiday to celebrate American mothers on this day in 1914. So Mother's Day only been around a little over 100 years. We're celebrating mothers. Before then, we did not.
Also, on this day, this is the day they started the Watergate.
The investigation.
Yeah.
Or
procedure. Yeah.
I think, impeachment. House votes to initiate impeachment proceedings on this day in 1974. And for those of you in the Bay Area, you'll know. See, now that microphone she is on is definitely caught, because you see how hollow it sounds when it's up. Check.
Check.
You know what it is? We have like multiple different microphones in this room. You know, different kinds of
working?
No, it's working fine. It's just a hollower sound. But that's all right. And so for those of you in the Bay Area, on this day 38 years ago, boom, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge plunged into Tampa Bay. One of the worst disasters in Bay Area history took place when a freighter struck the bridge May 9th, 1980, killing 35 people. This is a vague recollection from my childhood. I was born and raised in Central Florida, not here in Southwest Florida. I do vaguely remember this being in the news coming out of Tampa from my childhood, and I also remember the riots coming out of St. Petersburg, I think in the earlier mid-90s. But other than that, I didn't. No, there's all kinds of stories I remember from my childhood coming out of Tampa. Or from my younger days. One had to do, I guess I was a little bit older. But do you guys recall the stories that were coming out of Tampa in the 90s concerning vendors on the side of the road in bikinis?
No, but I wish I knew about that.
If I remember correctly, if you that are from this area, Southwest Florida, I know you would remember better than me. But they were having issues. So all these people would set up, their little hot dog stands, right?
Right.
And so women started they're wearing thongs, and bikinis out there. They became an issue after a few years, and I remember that was a big thing that came out of the Bay Area.
Just remember what you just said, and what we go for. Just remember, we're going to touch back on when we get back into the relationship thing she was talking about with men.
Okay. Does anything, what's happening with your eye, or what happened with your eye this morning, Chris, have anything to do with you wearing sunglasses and us making it being a thing yesterday on the show?
I don't think so. Oh, shoot. I don't think so, man. I don't think so at all. I just, what was weird, it was, right before it happened, you're slightly awake, so I'm like, slightly like, wait a minute. And it's like I just kind of felt it slide in, and it was just like sting.
You think it's a bug?
Do you think there's a bug in your eye or something?
I feel like maybe that could have been it.
Is that even possible?
It's popped in my head a couple of times. But I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is I feel this. I feel like it feels like a small, like speck of dirt, sand. It just feels like it's in my eye, and when I look to the right, it feels like it's just cutting. And I've never had a pain like this in my eye, man. So I'm trying to keep it together. That you guys can all tell. If you go back to the last couple of shows, the last few shows, and look at now, like you can tell something's going on, man. I'm just.
Do you want to head to the clinic now, or?
I came all the way out here, man. Let's finish strong and.
Okay.
But I'm definitely going to go after this, no question.
All right. Well, let's finish up.
I apologize if you're catching me like this. I'm not like this. I'm way more energetic. And see? It's all... Actually, I just made the whole thing up just so I knew she'd rub my arm.
So now you're rubbing his back.
See?
All right. I see.
He's obviously in pain.
Yeah. See, she's a good person. You're going to make a lucky man very, very lucky. Yeah. You're going to make a man very lucky. What was that all about? Yeah. What was that?
No, I mean, how are you still single? I'm like, I just decided not to settle anymore.
Wait. You decided not to settle?
Settle.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
All right. Well,
she has no idea who she's sitting next to. I'm about to turn this show into a relationship show. But go ahead, brother. Keep going.
Hold on. We got to get to the quote of the day. So the quote of the day. Yesterday I was clever and wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself.
I like that a lot.
That's phenomenal.
I like to, when I'm watching Soundscapes, channel 442 on Spectrum,
Yeah.
I like to pull out the quotes that I feel like I connect to. And that is definitely one of them.
I like that. Yeah,
I had this, that visions of grandeur, I can affect the world kind of personality and mentality. Mm-hmm. And I love that. Yesterday, and I thought I could. You know, as a younger man, I thought I could change the world.
One thing that you and I used to talk about all the time, us both having Christopher in our names. You know, you were saying it's one half of it's Christ and one half is Lucifer. You know, and you were telling me about we were having discussions about like
we were really high. Having this
on life in these conversations. But one thing that you were saying, it's like, you know, you asked me about like what do I want to do, and I said, save the world. And you looked at me and you said, you do not know what you are really asking, my friend, and you need to be very careful about the words you're saying, because that task, you just don't know what that will entail. And it was very interesting. And it's funny because now I've taken the approach of just really trying to fix me, and just, as I say, lead by example. Just do you, and then everyone will figure it out. So I remember that. So that's fun. That's funny how that quote really spoke to me and you.
Yesterday I was clever and wanted to change the world.
Do me all day.
Mm-hmm. Today I'm wise, so I'm going to change myself. And that quote comes from somebody by the name of Rumi. R-U-M-I.
Rumi.
All right, and that is our On This Day. Thank you so much to Single Source Insurance for sponsoring the first part of the show.
Thanks, guys.
Now let's focus on our guest. I do have some stuff to hit, as far as the news goes, or some headlines. But let's do this first, because now, how about I go ahead and bring up your Facebook page from yesterday?
Oh gosh, okay.
We'll start there, or should we start with your Instagram? Let's start with your Instagram.
Okay, yeah, you could.
Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start with the Instagram because. This is what she does. This is how she's amassed 14,000 people, followers. And it is Molly _.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Like I said, when I first pulled up your profile, it was a lot of they're just selfies, basically. Selfies. All right, so there you are. Selfie.
But if you notice, the bikini photo has a lot more likes than the others.
Oh, I'm sure. And what about this one? I'm sure that one
has
a lot more likes too.
Yeah, that one got a lot of likes too. But I was showing off the bathing suit top from a company. So.
There was a part of you that was showing off your boobs.
Okay,
be honest. Are you for real? Keep it funky.
It is.
Thank you.
But then also, it is for the swimwear company that gave me the top.
Okay, so all these photos aren't just you taking picture of yourself necessarily. Some of these are actual product placement as well?
Yes.
Okay. So in some of this product placement is your own product of your jeweling stuff. All right. And you're again, I'm going to say stuff that seems very rude.
I don't
and it
care.
is, but I want to do it in the context of we're being honest and open, genuine.
I started to smile more. People told me that I need to smile, and I said, fine.
That is men trying to control you, okay?
Really?
What?
Yes.
Men.
When you get that, when women get that, I've witnessed this over and over.
No.
She's going to tell us her girlfriends are probably telling her that, right?
No.
Who's telling you that you should
just
smile
random
more?
people.
Other girls as well?
I actually have not heard it from one girl. But I don't think it's them trying to control me. I guess I do have a nice smile.
Yep.
Listen,
I wore braces.
It puts them in the position of power to be able to tell you what to do.
Power? All right, position of power. How is it a position of power? Hey, you should smile more. You know how often I tell people who they should smile more? When I meet them, they smile. I'm like, dude, you got great teeth. You should smile more often. Why is that? Am I trying to control them? So why do you automatically take the stance that some men trying to control you? Please elaborate on that. Anyways, I know
we got a call to make right now. Hold on.
All right. Well, then I'll say. Okay, so let me have a conversation.
I'm not dating anybody, but a guy was saying he was one of the guys who commented that you should smile more. You have a great smile. I wasn't trying to control
How is that controlling? And that's what I'm saying. See, Chris has a thing. I love Chris. We all know I love Chris. Chris to me is the dude who just sides with women just to be almost like that's like and it's to me it's bullshit, because it's like, okay, let me ask you this, Chris. So are you offended when you talking about some men hitting her up and commenting on her married man or whatever on her page.
Am I offended?
What was your take when you heard her say that?
Well, I mean, it's not. It was no take. It was already a foregone conclusion that those comments would be there. That those.
Okay, but why do you think those comments are there? Now that we see that when she's showing her boobs off, she's trying to get the attention. She already admitted it. And so I just have a problem when someone's like, oh, these men are da-da-da. And when it's like, dude, you're showing it off and you just admitted it. So why are we... That's why I have a problem sometimes with certain... When I see that. It seems... Listen, this is me. I'm just real. It comes across kind of like victimish. Like, oh no, these dudes are da-da-da, but it's like, but I'm showing them off because I want... So what are you saying? You don't want someone to comment on what you're showing?
No. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that when it comes to when you're married and when you're in a serious relationship or you're engaged, to be sliding the DMs is just not okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
But like comments, people can comment whatever they want. I don't care.
But if they're sliding a DM based on what you're showing, if you're showing this, hey, here's my tits, right?
But it's not always that. It's not always that.
But what I'm saying is...
But I understand where you're coming from. I might be asking to get...
And that's what I'm saying. Let's not go publicly and be like, oh, these slimeball dudes.
No,
well, it's like you're showing that it's tempting. You're just tempting them.
But, like...
Just be real with it.
I'm real with it, but I'm saying, even before I got to that level...
Okay, I'm just saying, if you are going to knowingly... you say I'm showing it for this, but I'm showing it. If someone comes to you and says, hey, I don't think it is not right, I don't think it's fair or whatever, to then kind of put the, oh my God, why would this guy say anything? It's not cool, like you're married.
Okay, so the situation I was going to talk about was totally before.
Okay, before.
It was like maybe...
I've spent... it's just based off my experience. I'll answer your question, but here's my perspective from my experience, and I've spent many times in many bars over the years. And just not even at night, like hanging out for lunch and this, where it's just me and two other people in there. And in those situations, and that's one of the things that pops up in my mind, and how many times I've seen that, where guys will come walking in, and the bartender is not smiling, is not bouncing around and being perky, and then they start in with, oh, you'd look a lot better if you smile. You should smile more. And my perspective from when I've seen that in various situations is that is you are a cute girl. You're supposed to be acting a certain way. I need you to be perky, and I need you to play a certain role right now.
Why can't it be that the dude is just trying to find a way to talk? Because maybe it's a dude who's trying to talk to someone who might be cute and is trying to find in his head, and so it's just what's the way that I can, I'll give a compliment and be like, but it doesn't seem creepy. Oh, you should come, or like, I know many men who are very insecure, who try, and they're good dudes that want to find a good goo and they want to be in that, and I just look at you and I'm like, dude, why are you bagging on some dude who's like, he might just be trying to find a way to have a conversation. Maybe he gets
just comes off a little wrong, or I perceive it wrong.
I'm not saying, perceived it wrong. Maybe you could be dead on with it. I'm just saying, just like with this situation, like, let's give some people some slack, man. Why do we always go right to their slime ball? That's what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I give people compliments all the time.
I'm going to let you read this, and then you'll understand.
Okay.
But no, don't read it out loud.
So all right. So I've showed I've showed some of the pictures from her Instagram. Let's go now to.
It's very inappropriate.
Do you know this guy's married? All right, hold on, and let me see the actual picture that he's talking about.
It was on Snapchat.
Let me see the picture.
It was a video.
Were you showing your boobs? Here we go.
Is this the baseball player?
No, we gonna do it. You walk. I told you didn't know who you're sitting next to. Now, I'm
having a good time.
See, now she's justifying it. Now, see that she's backing up before I even said anything.
Hold on. Let me see.
Before I even said anything, she's backing up.
All right.
What I'm saying is this. First thing she says is this not? Oh, this is not.
I don't know who that guy is, by the way.
But she said this is not all right, right? Now the guy makes a comment, not a cool comment. I agree, not really the coolest, and that's why I said, well, let me see what you're showing him. And remember, before I even show that, nah, girlie, you put on Snapchat, let everybody see it.
No, we'll talk about it, Molly.
So before this, I said, now if you're showing this off and you're tempting, You could be blah, blah, blah. Now, you tell me, Mr. Controlling blah, blah, blah. Now, you tell me. Show it to everybody. And now I'm going to ask the question. No, show it. Is anyone surprised that a dude that might be off could make a comment on that? Show everybody. Right, no, back it up. I don't know how Here, give it to me.
There was music playing with it too, by the way.
Wait. Ready? Push it up.
Holy shit, we got to do something about the mic situation in here.
Now, push the button. Now, look at that. Boom. She's showing her boobs. Now, face. Still.
I was dancing. There was a song.
But now you go back down. So boob shot, and I'm gonna go boob below. And come on, mama, keep it funky. I'm the dude. I keep it real.
Okay, so but what's the argument right now?
So the argument is
I'm asking for it.
You're asking for it.
Yes. And so don't come and be victim and be like.
I was not saying I was victim. I said the stuff.
Is this right to say? And I'm saying no, it's not. But if you're, and this is before you showed me it, and that's why I said let me see. And if you're showing that, and you know that people are creeps. You know there are creeps out there.
I know, but
if you don't like it, then don't do that.
So you're saying that a woman can't own her own sexuality?
I'm saying don't complain.
I'm not. So I
don't complain.
Yes, she can. She can own her own sexuality and then say, "Don't fucking talk to me like that."
Wait a minute.
You want to compliment me in that moment? Don't fucking talk to me like that.
Thank you.
Now let me tell you something. This is what Chris does. The whole "don't talk to me like that." I have a look. It's hypocritical in its own way. For people, anyone, to knowingly be showing this off because you want that attention. You want attention. That's what it is. You wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. And then you get the attention. And if it's negative attention, to be like, well, I don't want negative attention. Like, dude, I'm sorry. That's just off. Like, you can't pick and choose. This is what it is. We live in this world and that world. You know that exists. We all know it exists. There are people who rape. That's real.
Molly, what do you think?
To me, I feel like if you know there are jacked up people in the world, then maybe you don't. Real talk. I know that there are women who have tried to touch me and all that other stuff. I don't put me naked. I don't do any of that stuff because I know that it's offering up a different type of attention. And so I'm sorry, mommy, but if you're gonna do it, you have to be willing to accept the fact that every once in a while you're gonna get that. That's like me and you saying that's like me and you saying we're gonna go on the show and we don't want anyone saying anything bad because we're offering up ourselves.
No. But
so how are you saying the same thing? You're saying that no one should say anything, and that means that no one should be able to say anything on our show negative.
No, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't say anything. That means in those moments she has every right to correct them. And go, listen, I'm okay with my sexuality. I know that I've got a huge rack. I'm gonna make some followers.
That's not what you said. You said that don't say anything bad. You're saying two different things.
No. Okay. No, she can say, "Don't fucking talk to me that way." Okay. You want to compliment me? That's fine. But you're not going to talk down to me. You don't. Because I'm comfortable with my sexuality and my own tits and ass doesn't mean that I'm somebody that you can just fucking bounce off any fucking wall any fucking time you want to.
And all I'm saying is she can do it, but don't come on a show. And the first thing you show is what was the offensive thing that he said this, and then show me that. Like it falls on deaf ears to me. That's just me. It's like, and it's a lot of people like that. Like, yo,
if what was the guy's comments, by the way? What was the guy's comments?
We got to say it.
Yeah, okay. But I don't know who he is.
Don't say who it is.
I honestly don't even know who
it was. Like, can I jerk off to those?
No, to your Snapchat.
To your Snapchats.
So not just that one, just my whole feed.
Wait a minute, but that's what he saw, and that's what prompted that. It wasn't the whole feed. He was
like that's disgusting.
But all I'm saying again, I agree with you. I have a daughter. I have never taken advantage of a woman. I've gotten in fights, physical, with people who are doing it. So understand, I'm on it. All I'm saying is it's best to not play victim and not be like...
You're misunderstanding what I was trying to say.
What are you saying?
So when me and Chris were talking about what we're going to talk about today...
I'm not mad at you.
No, I know. You're heated. He's heated right now.
Well, he's in pain.
No. You see that? People think, and I've had this all my life, I'm a passionate man. And a lot of times people go, oh no, it's getting really... No. I'm not mad at him. Don't throw it back on me like I'm mad. But it's just...
Another good thing about today is
because I get tired of hearing... I get tired of seeing that. It's like the same old, like, it's I want to allow myself to keep doing this, so I'm not going to acknowledge that that's what's going on. Like, yes, that's part of it. So if you don't want that, then I'm sorry, mommy. Don't do that. You don't have to. It's just a play for attention. And I'm sorry, you are more than your boobs and your legs and your ass. You are. So to me, I don't necessarily think you need to push that if you want the attention. If you want that attention, you got to know it's going to come. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking to you like you're my sister, yo. That's how I'm getting down. Look, because I may never see you again, but I don't want you to get in a situation where those guys are following you and stalking you, because I've seen it, and then they get on you. Well,
I have a stalker.
And why do you think that could be?
I've had stalkers, Chris. Could be. I've had stalkers.
Why do you think it could be? If you're showing, there are nasty, nasty men out there that have not had opportunities like I may have. I'm cool. I don't have that predator. I'm cool, man, but it's not everyone out there.
And it's, by the way, this
just be careful.
Well, here's the thing: is I feel like we as a society over the centuries have taken the power away from women, and in a bunch of different ways, and we don't need to go down that path right now.
Have a chat.
But here's the thing: go get the presents you made for him.
Oh,
she didn't. Watch this.
And then please.
So now, by the way,
there it is.
By the way, if I didn't care, I want to make sure everyone knows this. If I didn't care for this individual, I wouldn't say anything.
And he just met me.
I wouldn't say anything. And why do I know? Because she did this for my daughter. She made these for a baby she doesn't even know. Look at this. And it's great, and she's gonna love it, and I'm gonna love it. So like, the best thing I can say is, baby girl, when you show me that, like I said, you don't know. I don't want you to get in some crap that you can't get out of. Yeah. It's there, man. Like, that's a sign to me.
But Chris, this is when they're talking about how we promote, we don't even realize it. We promote a rape culture. Yeah, this is exactly what that sounds like.
With that? Like, I say, here's a dare. I dare you to just put your clothes. If it's,
do you want to see without makeup?
Hold on, Molly, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Molly? How offended or how upset are you in that moment after that video when you see, and some guy messages back, can I jerk off to your Snapchat? Are you like, oh my gosh, I can't.
I thought it was.
Are you just
thinking saying stuff?
I can't do this.
It's this right here.
You're right. It's that one. I
got it. Just go ahead. I got it.
Right. It's that.
I know. Put it around. It'll be around the table, and it won't be touched. It's all good. I got this. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
Watch, you'll see.
Because I have a feeling that you do expect a certain amount of this, a certain amount of crudeness with what you do, or when you do this kind of stuff.
Is that working? Can you hear me?
I'm gonna give her my mic. We're gonna share a mic.
Yeah.
No, I know that when I'm putting myself out there like that, I'm going to get some weird stuff back, but you don't think that, it goes to the level that it goes to.
Towards.
Hey, you look very nice today, Mr. Owen. Welcome.
That's our boss.
He has got some nice clothes on today. He's had some important meetings.
I was thinking the same thing. Who are you talking to?
Look at this.
What's this?
Some eye stuff, man.
I'm no eye doctor, but hopefully that helps.
Brother, how did you know?
He's sweating.
I was listening.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Sweating.
That's amazing, brother.
But I don't want you to give him the relief. Now, I want to share with you a little part of my like what I want to call psychopath when I'm in this seat. And that is, once I saw Chris getting a little worked up this morning, the thing that popped in my head, because I see him sometimes as a lion. That's one of the animals that he associates himself with. And so I see him as an injured lion today who is agitated. So in my mind, as a host of a show, to me, this is good. He's got a different kind of an energy today that he normally doesn't have. So to poke and prod him a little bit is going to be interesting to me. But I wanted to let that out loud in the universe because that's an effed up way to think. And I was not like that always. It wasn't until I got many, many years in the media and radio turned me into that horrible person.
So I just got loud cords because there's
get close to that microphone there.
I just got loud cords because there was a troll that messaged her on her Snapchat, and he was like, it was really, can I jack your picture? And she's like, before you see it, let me. And then I said, well, let me see the video. And she's showing her boobs and they're bouncing it. And I was like, girl, like, what? You can't do that and then be like, I don't want anyone to say that. Like, I'm just saying, and that's where I started getting heated because I was like, dude, you know that these dudes are out there, like. If that happens, you have to know that may go down and be careful because there's nasty dudes that will get you. Like, don't play around. Go ahead.
So, I think a great way to explain what you're talking about is I I really like to fish, and so there's a lot of great videos you can watch on YouTube about fishing on Tampa Bay. Right. Well, there's this one nice lady named Bay.
One nice lady.
And her name is Bay, B-A-E, and her series, her channel is Bay from the Bay. And she's famous for riding in her John boat or whatever it is. But there's a lot of footage of her like riding in the boat, you know, with the bouncy. Right. And
it brings a lot of joy to the men of Tampa Bay.
For some reason, those videos perform millions of times better than, like, let's say, a video that just explains how to catch a snook. So I don't know.
I hear you, and that's what I'm saying. But it's like my issue is women know that they have the power when it comes to right off rip. They don't have to have much to get some. You know, you can point.
Well, it's physiological, right?
Right.
I mean, it's like there's dopamine. Like when as a male, when you see, or I don't know, for as a female, maybe you could answer this, Molly. But as a male, when you see a very attractive, someone who's very attractive to you, whatever your taste is, there's like a drug or something, and it's like
it hits you.
Right.
Boom.
All right, here she is.
Why I was saying,
there's
like,
Bay
if
from
you
the
say
Bay.
something, it's a no.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Get on that boat, woman. Get on that boat.
Right. So here's
that's what I mean. It's like you guys know that
we know that we're gonna get comments.
And you know, so when it happens, like don't.
No, but when it's continuous.
Like you're mentioning it.
All right, so that wasn't the whole point.
Excuse me, base fishing.
Like, why is it important for us to film her riding in the boat?
Right now, Molly's like, well, to get to their attention, I'm gonna have to take my shirt off again. Don't do it, by the way.
I'm not gonna do it.
Well,
I don't picture you as like some like scaly little girl.
No, I'm not.
I want you to keep it funky.
A little less shots of the sky.
Like,
Yeah.
So more shots of Bay. There we go.
I know.
So now she'll catch a fish and then she'll ride in the boat again. It's crazy.
All right.
But anyhow.
So
funny.
listen, and by the way, you know, God, Chris, I don't disagree that we're not going to have a natural reaction to you know, men aren't going to have a certain reaction.
We're trying to control you thing like it ain't control. It's an animalistic thing, man. It's a dude. It's a guy.
Yes.
Like it's a guy. It's a we go pee on stuff. Like we're dudes. Like what do we do man stuff. Like we can have conversations for 5 hours talking to
the microphone.
You know.
Okay, so the whole point was not that about the people sliding the DMs. There was a story that was going to come about a crazy story, and you just kind of made it.
Well, yeah, we don't give me the
Doug trying to FaceTime me. Yeah, we got something at 1:30, but
yeah, we don't give the disclaimer. Just give it to me. Tell me what it is. Like what happened.
Okay, so almost 2 years, maybe 2016.
Yeah. All right, Cords. Thanks, brother.
see you, Cords.
Thanks for getting us about Bay in the Bay.
You want me to hold it?
Bay.
Should I hold that mic?
Yeah, one of you.
You got it.
Whoever has better mic controller, because that mic
control.
It's on.
I love it.
is that one you'll have to get right up on top of. You know,
Is that good?
There you go.
right in the front of that thing.
Yes,
This?
she did. Yes,
I got it?
she did.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, New Year's Eve, not this year, last year, I get, somebody went and liked 20 or 30 straight photos. Send me an inbox. I saw that they had the verified little logo thing next to their Instagram, and I'm like, okay, who's this person? Do I know them? They're commenting on photos. They send me a message asking me out. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's talk a little bit first before I meet a random guy.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. You're talking.
So we went on some dates. He cooked me dinner, did the dishes. Found out in a very weird way, because I guess his now fiance is very good at stalking on Instagram. So she saw him liking a lot of my stuff and commenting stuff, and she goes, "How do you know him?" This is a former Tampa Bay Rays player. He's now in the Mariners. I'm not gonna say his name, but
you just said his name by doing that. Anyone could do that. That's not.
Sorry,
man. See now,
so it's on her. Again, so it's on her. It's on her.
But wait, we can't say with the guy who said the J off name. We can't say his name.
I don't know who that is.
But you're putting this out like you're putting that dude out.
Well,
to make it look like that's not cool.
It is cool because
that is not cool. Then why not say his name then?
Okay, his name is Taylor Motter.
That's whack that you even did that. Whack.
I'm sorry.
It's whack. It's whack.
Is it true? Is it true though, Mal? I mean, are you making something up?
I'm not making it up at all. And what
then
is
why
so
is it
funny?
whack if this is the truth?
What is so funny is that he was in a relationship for I guess about 5 years. Seeing
It's
me at
whack
the
that she
same time.
wouldn't say who the person's name was on the Instagram. Like, let's not say his name.
I don't know who he is.
But then we could say this other guy because maybe he's famous. Would you have said his name if he wasn't a known person?
I can
You didn't
tell
say
you
that
some-
person's name.
Okay.
I'm just
All
saying
right,
that's where I'm
Alright,
coming from.
let's-
I'm just on the hypocrisy thing. That's all I'm at. Like,
because
keep
I
it
don't
funky.
know this
I'm
person
saying,
on Snapchat, and I don't know.
but you know the other guy. But we'll shout the guy's name out who cooked me dinner and
The
everything.
guy
Like,
on
come
Snapchat's name was Parker. Do you want his username as well? Would that help you?
All right, so now she said both. She said both, but you're still angry.
No, I'm not.
You're
Wait,
still worked
and now
up.
look at you. Talk about I'm still angry.
You
See, that's
are.
funny. No, but that's you're trying to switch it back on me, and I'm not angry. What I'm saying is I'm calling out.
Oh, I think he
did she
deleted me
not?
now.
Did she not say initially? Let's not say that person's name. And then she says, I don't want to say this person's name, but he played for the Rays
No,
and I played
so
for the
I
Mariners.
was indirectly-
Like, keep it funky, and that's
I
not.
was
You were
being
bullshitting.
indirectly.
You
No,
were
I'm not
bullshitting. You were not
bullshitting.
being
Okay.
indirect. You were bullshitting.
All right,
And that's
well,
why.
then- well, then
And
she
I tell
followed
you.
your
And I
lead,
tell
and
you.
you're still angry.
And
She
wait.
goes, you go,
She
you
said,
say,
no,
say his name. Okay, I say his
Chris,
name.
I'm
Well, then
telling
say
you,
the other
Chris,
guy's name, and then she
do
said the other
not
guy's
tell
name.
me, do not tell me I'm angry when I'll let you know when I'm angry. I get annoyed when I hear people back talk and go back and forth. That bothers me, and I call it out. I'm not angry.
And you're still calling. She followed your lead and corrected everything you said, and you're still annoyed.
No. But the point is, initially, it was I don't want to, and then now I'm going to, and then it's like, hey, I'm not going. I don't want to say his name, but I'm going to say his name. It's like, dude, I'm saying that's not cool. Like, if you're not going to say his name, don't say he played for the Rays and then went to the Mariners. You want people to know who it is.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
he
saying
deserves to be
initially.
called out.
Then I'm saying initially, just say that. Then don't give me the disclaimer that you don't want to because you're trying to act like you're not that kind of way, but then you do it. I'm saying if you're going to do it, do it. That's my point. If you're going to say it, own it. Don't play behind. That's all I'm saying. It's the same as like, hey, this person wrote me this DM. It wasn't cool. But now it's like, well, now I'm dancing and showing. Like, dude, like, own it. That's all I'm saying is
have
own
owned,
it.
I think, everything.
And now you're owning it, yes, by calling his name out. And I like, okay, own it. From now on, just keep it funky.
Keep
That's it.
funky.
Keep it funky.
Funky.
Keep it
Okay,
funky.
so you want to know what happened?
Go ahead.
All right, so I get an inbox from, I guess, his girlfriend, and they live together. So he told me he was going to be going out of town before spring training of last year. Somehow, me and her connected, and she's like, "Can I call you?" I'm like, "Sure," because I'd love to, get somebody caught. Like, no, I don't love that, but I'm like, if they're
You like the drama. To a degree.
no, I like to call people out when they do something wrong.
And therefore, you
But
can't get mad at me
wasn't
for you
doing
can't get mad at me
anything
for
wrong.
doing the same thing. So
No,
go ahead.
okay, so
great.
she FaceTimes me, and we're on FaceTime, and she's like, "You should record it." I'm like, she goes, "Because he's at the gym right now, and when he comes home, I'm gonna have him look at the computer and see that you're there, and be like, oh, look who I know. This is my good friend Molly." So he gets home from the gym, and I actually filmed it, and I deleted it after because I felt really bad because he had like a meltdown. I got like text
If
messages.
you felt so bad, why are you saying his name
Because
right
he's now
now?
engaged to her,
But if
and
you
I
felt
think she
so
deserves
bad about
better.
it, then
I think
why
she
would-
deserves better, and she took him
deserves
back.
better.
And then but like this, she does. She deserves better. She's saying he got somebody pregnant in Mexico or something in spring training.
All this dude's business out.
If,
Okay, well, if he kept his business between he and his fiance,
Well,
then
okay,
it
so
wouldn't
then,
be
you
anybody
know-
else's business.
And I'm not denying that what you said, Chris. Like, look, she's saying truths. I'm just saying, don't say I felt really bad.
I do feel
But
bad
now
for
I'm
her.
going to tell everyone this dude's name because I don't feel that bad. If you felt that bad, you
Oh, no,
probably
okay,
wouldn't have
she
said
was
his name.
She felt bad
I
in the
felt
moment.
bad
Once
in
you
the
watch him have a
moment.
meltdown, then afterwards she didn't feel that bad anymore because she realized, F this guy.
Go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead. Keep defending her, Chris. Go ahead. Let it go. What you're saying. Tell the rest of the story. She deserves better.
Okay, end of story. He's engaged now to this girl who said she was leaving him, and I just feel really bad that she was saying all this like how much he's cheated on her and how that he's such a good liar, and that I'm like, why are you going to stay with somebody like that? And that's why I don't settle anymore. I'm not going to be with a guy that's dating somebody else. I'm not going to be with a guy that I'm just not.
I think, first of all, if someone is liking a bunch of your pictures and then says when we go out, like, I'm questioning why you would even take that seriously. Like what
Well,
you didn't
for instance, I'll
understand.
give you another
I think
situation.
it was the verified thing. I think honestly, man, like I like you.
Actually,
I think
no, he was not verified till recently.
so even worse. Why, baby girl? If you don't want to settle, I'm talking to you like you're my sister. I know it's tough love and you need it. I'm just gonna give it to you.
Okay.
If I'm a public figure, right? So I get people who sometimes like a bunch of pictures and then sometimes they write me and they want to see me. I do not respond because I know that I don't do that and that doesn't line up to. Do you do that? Do you go to people's pages and like and then say, hey, can we hang out?
No, I don't.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's not in alignment with who you are. So why do that? Like, and
All right,
now you walked into this situation and it's like.
Can I give you another example then? Okay, so forget about that guy.
Well, wait, answer that question.
Well,
why do that? Like, let's sit there. Like, let's answer that. You're saying you don't want to settle, and I'm like, okay, I hear you, and I'm giving you an advice. Like, dude, if you see that, it's a sure sign that may not be your dude.
I was dating a guy. Very briefly, who had been asking me out consecutively from July 2017 until January when I finally said yes because I realized I knew and I worked with his former frat brother at FSU. So I was like, okay, we have it.
Before or after the guy? Before.
After.
Okay.
But it was from
No, that's good. That's good. That's good that you didn't.
Continuously. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go out with somebody from Instagram. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Finally, he was like, please, I'm going to try one more time to ask you, will you give me one chance? And I said, you know what? Okay. I found out we know this person that I worked with, that I know well. And he said, you're a good guy. So we went on a date. We went on like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. And it was really going really well. And then he got very scared that he's like, oh my God, I like you too much too fast. Oh, and just ghosted. After, I'm like, so
did he say that right after you guys had sex?
You guys had sex, right?
No.
You didn't fuck this dude?
I do not want to talk about my sexual life.
No, but
how are we supposed to help you?
Did he say that right after you guys hooked up?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, look, obviously you guys did it, and it's okay. Like nothing wrong with that. We all have sex. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. I'm just saying. The reason I was asking the question because it's like if you did it right away.
No.
Then you're more at women. If you do it right away, the dude can be like, it's not really, you know what I mean?
Okay, as a man, give me some advice. So he disappeared for a little bit. I was like, you know what? He's like trying to make excuses. I blocked him. I'm like, I don't need to hear it. Block. Right. One thing I forgot to, because I don't want, like, I hate the drunk texts. I hate that.
Hey, what you doing, baby? It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, or 4.
Right.
And so I forgot to block him on Snapchat. He had drunk Snapchatted me, begging like for another chance. That he got scared because he liked me so much so fast, and he didn't expect to like me like that much so quickly. And then he was like inviting me for my birthday. I just had a birthday, May 1st.
That's my best friend's birthday. One of my best friend's birthday.
He was like, "Do you want to come with me? I'm getting an award for my work in California. Do you want to be my date?" And I said, oh, but I thought we're taking things slow now.
Wait, time out.
Like, so I decided to give him one more chance.
There's something.
I decided, okay, he disappeared for a little bit. I gave him another chance. It was going well. And so,
a chance after you found, when did you give him a chance? Was it before or after he invited you to this thing?
Before.
Okay.
Before.
How long before? I'm curious. Because there's a gap here. Like just for someone to be like, I'm blocking you.
A month.
So you blocked him for a month.
No, I don't know how long I blocked him for.
I can't help you if I don't know this information.
I really don't know. Maybe I blocked him
like
a couple weeks in April.
Can we go back just to wrap up the other story? What ended up happening with the fiance? So at the end of the baseball guy story, they're getting married and
they're getting married.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And they
so this guy gets somebody pregnant in another country.
Yes.
Then his fiance
allegedly.
Then his fiance catches him flirting with you.
No, that we were like dating.
Oh, you were dating.
Yes.
So, but still, she marries him.
Yes.
Wait, you were dating? I thought you said you went out a couple times with him.
Well, we were seeing each other
for how long?
A couple months.
So was he with the girl at the time?
So when he was going on these like spring training or whatever, like, you know, I trust people that I date. So I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and then when he like.
Something's not adding up, Mama. There's a level. I'm just saying, like, there's something.
He would be in a place where he would not be able to be on the phone much because he was with his trainer, his baseball trainer. So I'm like, okay, that's your job. I won't bother you while you're with your while you're getting ready for spring training.
My question is, if you're not his girlfriend, you guys are dating.
But he had no photos with this girl.
Guys. Here's the thing. This conversation is, the wheels are spinning on it. I'm bored with it.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty much over it.
In all due respect, man. Seriously, I'm sitting here with everybody else in the comment. The wheels are just spinning here in the sand, and I feel like we're not moving forward at all.
Yes, and I feel like
I just don't think you're being 100% clear.
I am, and it's a weird story.
Okay. All right.
We can go.
We'll talk afterwards. That's fine.
No. Well, there's because in this same category, because you and I have talked before, and you've had offers from other radio stations to come in and be the TNA girl.
Yes.
And you didn't want to do that, but you're owning your own TNA for your own Instagram. By the way, I'm not calling hypocrite, but you're owning your own sexuality. You do your thing. You don't want somebody else to just have you on their show as the chick that we cut to show off her TNA, like I said. So I don't want to say how do you reconcile that, but I'm going to say how do you reconcile that, or where are you in your head that I'll exploit myself, but I'm not going to let somebody else exploit me.
I don't think I'm exploiting myself.
All right.
Right now, everything is my free will, and
I apologize for using the term exploiting yourself, exploiting your assets,
using what you got for.
I mean, I'm going to be old one day, and I won't be able to.
Nobody will want to watch you drive around in a boat. I'm sure somebody will still want to see you bouncing around in a boat one day.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, this conversation has gotten very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
I mean, it's uncomfortable if you guys think it's uncomfortable. I think it's just, to me, we're just talking about growth and being straight and direct. And I just feel like for everybody, like, it's just not just us here, it's everyone here. And I'm just taking the stance of like, hey, let's really own what we do and just be upfront with it. And let's not, but whatever, dude, it's okay. Like, we can go back and forth. And if it's, I'm sorry I apologize if you guys make it uncomfortable. But I think life sometimes is like that.
There's no reason to apologize.
I mean, like I say, you said it was uncomfortable and for a reason. And, I just, like, girly, I don't know. The mixed signals, mommy. Like, mixed signals are just, you're going to stay in a situation where you may not necessarily get what you really want. That's really the truth.
I don't understand what you mean in a situation. I know what you mean, get myself in a situation.
Okay, so to say that, to get what you really want, right? You want respect. I understand that. We should all want respect. If, to me, I go back and forth with my business partner with my music, like, I show a lot of my kids because I'm just about my kids. So my Instagram is like, my personal one's filled with my kids. Snapchat's filled with my kids. But with the music, I just feel like it should just be music and not really my kids. And that's what I mean by, like, what do you want? Like, are you wanting to push the shoes and the brand because, like, you could just do nothing but the shoes and not even show yourself? Or are you wanting to be famous and be around famous and attention? Because I'm seeing both of those. And so it's okay. Just all I'm saying is just let us know what it is you want, because I'm getting mixed signals. It's like, you say, I'm not going to settle. And it's like, okay, well, what are you chasing? Like, what are you wanting? I'm not really sure. And so I'm just trying to say, like, hey, man, like,
You don't think that just because of what you're saying that I'm defined by what I post on my Instagram?
I'm saying that
to have a serious relationship and get married and have kids? I mean, that's my goal.
No, the question was, I was asking, what are you wanting? I don't know. I can't really tell.
I am wanting to be in a relationship, get married, and have kids.
Okay, so what are you
doing?
But
that doesn't mean, like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're showing the shoes, but you're also in the same spot showing, like, your boobs. So I'm saying, which is it? Is it like, I have my personal Chris McCarty, and I have Chris McCarty music. Like, this is me and my kids. This is personal, but my business is my music. So I'm just saying, what is it? Like, it's mixing. Like, what are you wanting? I don't know. That's my point. I don't know what you're selling, what you're doing, what you want.
It makes it sound like she has to make a choice between the two.
I'm just saying.
I'm confused. So you're saying that I can't have a hustle?
I didn't.
The hustle of my Hints of Sparkle USA and the shoes that I do.
And not doing anything different
Shoes.
than Kim Kardashian has
You
made
know-
millions of, doing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You did say you wanted a relationship and
Yeah,
so on and so forth.
so that means because
But at
I'm
the
in a
end-
bathing suit on Instagram, I shouldn't be allowed to have a decent relationship.
No one said that at all. I just said I don't know what is that you're wanting because you're
and I
on the
just
show to
said-
show
I just
you're on
said
the
it
show about
clearly.
your bedazzling. But then you're telling I want
Hun.
So I'm just saying I don't know what it is that you're wanting.
You're saying the what I was on here for today was to talk about my bedazzling?
That's
My
what I
jewelry?
thought.
No.
What was it about?
It's about her. It's about social media. It's
Okay,
about,
all right. I apologize. I thought it was for
her.
that. I thought it was for that.
It was about all of her.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no,
I
mean,
apologize. I thought it was just for
Listen,
that.
I'm trying to grow a community.
But you see,
We're
like
trying to grow
I
a
acknowledge
community.
it. I admit it. I'm like, oh my bad. I thought we were doing this. I said I was confused. No, if you understand it, I thought we were talking about that. And I'm like, so
about
what do
her.
you want? Great, gotcha. So listen again. And my first bit of information, what you said for advice, is like know totally what you want, and then you will attract that. If if you're back and forth with anything, you're gonna get back and forth like that dude. You're back and forth, like you're gonna get that. So if you want that, it's like if you want a wholesome guy who's gonna respect you totally, blah 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 blah, then you got to be about that and then show that and display.
yeah,
that.
but you can't. But then I go back to like you can't be in a bathing suit and not get respected. I don't get it.
I didn't say you can't get in a relationship. Again, I'm saying if you said I want awesome relationship, yada yada yada. If you are about that, but you're showing your boobs bouncing around, you're giving mixed signals. So you're going to attract a certain guy that's going to be wanting to just fuck you and not necessarily want the relationship. So I'm saying, what is it that you want? Be about that. That's all I'm saying. You asked for advice at one point, and that's my advice I'm giving you. I'm not saying you can't do anything. You can do what you want to do. That's it. Understand?
Chris, are you saying that if she wants to get a good, healthy relationship, then she can't have videos of herself with her boobs bouncing around?
I'm saying that if your motive, your passion, like I would like this, I'm not settling, I want this. I'm saying that, hey, here's a sign. Doing this is attracting that type of person. So if you truly want this, try not to do that because that's going to attract a certain type of person. That's all I'm saying. Do what you want. It's your life. But don't be shocked if you're getting dudes who are shady and doing things like they're just trying to have sex with you. Don't be shocked. That's all I'm saying.
See, I've been connecting, and so have you. I've been connecting with people en masse for over a quarter century, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people over my career. And I've had to pay the price for that every now and again because this registers, especially being on the radio and the way that the conversation works in the mind, it registers as a relationship. And so people have formed a relationship because I've used my gift of my velvety voice and my delivery and my cadence and my this and that in order to trick the other person on the other side of the radio or this to believe that they're having a conversation and a relationship with me. And it's come back to bite me in the ass a few times over the years with stalkers and so on and so forth. Okay? So I know that comes along with it, but I'm not changing what I'm doing.
I hear you.
I'm not going to go, oh, well,
You're
I'm
also
no longer
a guy, and so am I. No woman is going to take you and force you down like that. Like, no woman's going to force me down. A dude could do that to her. And I'm saying, so you got to remember, in the beginning, I said, be careful. I don't want that for you. And then I also said to you that you are more than your boobs and your butt. And I also said, let's not forget that those are the things I'm telling you what I see in you. So I don't want it to be like, oh, he's being is that really a jerk thing to say? Like, I think you're more than that. I think you're more than that. Hey, trying to do that because you're going to attract that. I don't think I'm saying anything wrong here. I don't. That's it.
Okay.
Are you disagree, or are you hearing when I said that? Do you remember me saying that to you? Like, I was trying to speak up high to you. That's all.
Okay.
I'm just saying you don't necessarily need to do that. I don't think you have a good personality. One, you're obviously intelligent. You're obviously driven. That's all you need. You don't necessarily need to do that. But if you want the attention, okay, go right on.
But you're making it sound like it's just an attention thing. But she's also a hustler. She also gets the game, and she's trying to build a business.
I just said if. You guys keep forgetting the operative word. I said if you are just trying to, if you want the attention, because that's an attention move. When you said, hey, I'm showing off the bathing suit, but I'm also showing off my boobs, like, you want someone to see you and like you. There's nothing wrong with wanting attention. I'm on stage every night. I like attention. Everyone likes attention. My kids like attention. Let's not all of a sudden make it like it's a bad thing. I'm saying own it. Like, yeah, okay, cool. All I'm saying is you don't necessarily need to do that to sell your brand. But if you want to sell you the whole thing, and if that's part of it, cool, then that's part of it. I'm just saying say it, so I won't be saying it.
I have Molly, and then I have
if you're like, yeah, I like showing off my boobs, I like the attention, then I won't say anything. I'll be like, all right, right on.
I like my body, and
Here we
I'm
go.
comfortable with my body.
Here
and
we go.
There we go.
No, she's going,
I mean,
but then Chris,
Okay.
no, because you're saying that I won't say anything. But no, now your next line, Chris, is, well, then don't complain when somebody does say
That wasn't
something
my next
about
line. I said, okay, cool. Like,
Okay.
but again, if you're saying, hey, this is what I'm putting out there, and I like it. I mean, that what you just said kind of makes sense. Like, that's part of it.
You don't think I've got crap on before because I had like, oh, why do you have to post your boobs so much? Why do you? I post what I want and I do what I want. I don't like. I'm not gonna,
But
you know.
and yes, just remember, if you said you wanted to have that awesome relationship not settle, just remember that it might be a little difficult in times if that's what you're putting out as well. Might be a little difficult at times. That's a very valid statement. It might be difficult if that's what you're putting out, if this is what you want. Hey, listen, I'm a conservative dude. That's just what I think. Right. I'm not saying I'm right. You don't have to bite my pill. You don't have to.
All right, then let's find me some dates.
All right, so somebody who's not conservative, somebody who can appreciate a woman that is owning her own sexuality, hit Molly up. and
Who isn't afraid to text you in the morning and say hi and how's your? I hope you have a good day.
All right, well, I hate that we got to cut this the way we're cutting this or when we're cutting this.
It's all right. It's all right, Mama. I'm a different dude. I told you I'm different, Mama. I'm different. It's all right.
All right.
I'm trying to, I can get you the man of your dreams. You just listen to me. I got him for you. I got a lot of girls who thank me all the time. They call me all the time saying thank you for the things you say. Just telling you.
Appreciate that, then.
I got you, man. I'm just telling you. I don't want you to get.
All right, Chris, you need to go to the clinic and get your eye taken care of. Molly, holy smokes.
I did not prepare for that. That's for sure.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you come back someday.
Oh, I don't know with this one over here.
Come on, Molly. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. There's always truth in jest.
All right. So you can track down Molly on her Instagram account, Molly_Jacobson, Molly_Jacobson. And please don't drop that mic. All right, thank you. Chris, you gigging tonight? Wednesday night.
I am going to be at Spectrum Field at 5:30. Yeah, Spectrum Field, 5:30. So that's in Clearwater. I guess it's where the Phillies play and whatnot. So
great.
Yeah, I'll be down there.
Have you played out there before?
No, it's the first time. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's where I used to have those happy hour gigs every Wednesday night for 8 years.
Yeah.
It is such a cool place.
I like it.
All right. And outside of that, I will be out in downtown St. Pete tonight doing karaoke. If you want to come out and join me from 8 until midnight. I do a little bit of singing. Well, I fake it. I turn the music up really loud and me down really low. So that's tonight, 8 to midnight, every Wednesday night, Park and Rec, downtown St. Pete. Have a great Wednesday. Be safe, be kind to yourself, be good to your fellow man, and most importantly, let your crazy breathe. Just a little.
Un poquito.